is Elizabeth Babyn, and we're at my studio in Saskatoon. I am currently a textile artist. Prior to moving out to Saskatoon 10 years ago, I would have considered myself a painter. However, when I moved out here, my work started to change and I started to explore other methods of working. So I found myself at a crossroads. So I decided that it was time to apply at the University of Saskatchewan, and I entered their MFA program. And then my mother passed away. And so I started to think how I could perhaps honor my mother and other women like her who through the ages have supported the family, but I decided to work sort of with the idea of reclaiming materials and bringing that into the work and mending processes, and so I started creating tapestries. I decided to investigate tapestries through the lens of women historically, like my mother, who had little resources, and would take things apart to make things new again and explore a lot of the practices, mending, sewing, ripping things apart. And through that process, investigate new ways of approaching textile. Right now, I'm standing beside this one piece that I called Tadai's. I never met Tadai. She's one of my great aunts. She died at a far too early, at the age of 33, but I've often been compared to her because she used to do lots of portraits. And when I first started getting involved in art, that's kind of what I did. I did portraits at that time. And because of her artistic flair, I decided this piece should have lots of color. But I kept it a little more to my version of simple, which is usually an understatement, I think. This is one of my favorites as well. This one's called Sylvia. I have a sister, Sylvia. My middle name's Sylvia. And my maternal grandmother was a seamstress, and she was Sylvia. She's French-Canadian. Because of her diabetes, she was losing her eyesight. So she was a seamstress, but she could only work with light colors because of her loss of sight. So a lot of her commissions were wedding dresses. So I decided to use the woman's suit coat, and I bejeweled it too, because I figured if she was doing lots of wedding dresses, I thought that would be a fun sort of addition to it. This particular show was called Her Industry Reclaimed, and the first show was in Toronto, and for that one I decided that I wanted to also start a piece that I would call Eve and invite the public to come and participate with me and join me. So I had a lot of reclaimed materials, and if people wanted to bring materials themselves, they could. We were working with reclaimed materials, and they didn't need to have any textile experience at all. What was lovely about it too was the sharing of stories, of their moms or grandmothers and that sort of thing. And I treasured those stories, and I'd like to continue with that particular project. It has been growing, and eventually, I'm hoping to have lots of tributaries, and maybe at some point it might even occupy an entire room. So this is a project that I'd like to take to different communities as well. When I started it, I had one core piece that I started, and then I brought in lots of reclaimed materials. People were welcome to bring whatever they wished as well, if they preferred. And people would join me at specific times, and then we would sit and we would make pieces to add to Eve. This piece will continue, is not over. I'll be taking it from community to community, allowing it to grow, maybe develop, tributaries as it does so, maybe fill an entire room. So would I be shifting from textile to another medium? It's possible, but right now I'm having too much fun. But I think I would want to stay with more conceptual sort of processes.
Are you an artist who's interested in appearing on maxTV Local? Email us at max.local@sastel.com.